Alrighty, I think I am live. Hello, hello, Zen Friends. Welcome to a special Saturday night session where I'm coming back on to complete all the free readings from today's sessions, as well as I have a handful of donations that I did not complete in my last session. So buckle up. Are you tired of seeing me today? I've been on for like 12 hours today, I think, or I will be by the time I finish this. So, hello, everybody. Yeah, it's me again. But I love connecting with spirit and I love bringing all the messages. You'll notice there's no chat in this session. I'm not taking any new questions for this session, but I'll be back in 13 hours, I think, 11 a.m. tomorrow. It's 10 o'clock now. That's what 12 to that's 13 hours, right? Something like that. Well, I'll be back for more reading. So if you're wanting, you can join me then. And we'll make sure we get you some new readings as well. But in the description box of this video, I do have the long list of readings we're going to do. So if you want to see where you're at, there's a couple of duplicates because I have Saturday AM session, Saturday PM session, and that's the way I'm going to do them. And after I'm done, I will post a pinned comment with the timestamps of all the readings. So you might appear more than once if you have different free readings and donations and different things. So look for them all. I'll try to spot them and tell you if there's more than one, but be sure to check the entire list because you might have more than one reading. What else? I think that's everything that I want to mention. Yeah, I think that's everything for now. So let us dive in here. Let me bring up these here. Well, we'll do one at a time. All right. So up first, we do have Nelia Medeiros. We have for your donation, will be up first. I do believe you have some free readings down the list too. So be sure to check those out. We'll get those in order by the list there. So thank you for your donation and your patience in getting to your reading. And thank you, all of you, for your patience in getting to your readings. I greatly appreciate those. So, Nelia, you want to know any messages from your true love? How will your daughters feel about him and anything else Spirit wants to say? All right, let's take a look here. Any messages from your true love? So, higher self, future self, any messages? Okay. So we've got 3 there. And then how will your daughters feel about him? All right. What do you have, 2 daughters or 3? I got 3 cards, so there might be just a combination there. And then anything else Spirit wants you to know right now. Okay. Do you feel like these? This one and this one. All right. So 3, 3, and 3. Interesting. So at the bottom of the deck, that was a heavy sigh, sorry. You have the High Priestess energy coming in here. High Priestess energy is it's like this message, and I feel like comes in a combination with the cards from them. You know, there is a period of time that you'll be alone, and but it's giving you time to step away from the chaos, connect higher, look behind the veil, understand your emotions, and that's okay. It's they're going through the same thing. They're having some alone time where they're focusing on life and family and the important things, other important things in life, but they're really transforming and transitioning a lot of stuff in their life to prepare for a relationship. So I feel like they're saying, it's not solitary confinement, it's choice because it's allowing you to really transform some stuff and prepare. Do the work now before, we get together. You're both kind of doing that so that you don't bring that into the relationship because even when you relationships are growth and we always have it, but with the ugly stuff, as we call it, if we do with it beforehand, then we don't have that ammo that we use against one another in our moments of humanity where we're like, well, remember when blah blah blah, and then it's like, oh God, I'm so sorry. You don't have that ammo, you can't use it. So it's pretty funny. All right, let's see what else they have here for you. They have the 8 of Swords, so this is that energy of you're both looking at old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you anymore, limiting thoughts and beliefs that were rooted in the pain of the past. And so there is this energy here of clarity and seeing things differently, like we talked about before. So that's it's a celebration too of movement because the eight, and you got the six of swords too. So both of these energies are about leaving old ways of thinking behind. Sixes and eights, even numbers are about like even numbers on each side. So there's a nice flow, which means it's like a celebration of, yeah, I've been letting things go and letting things go. And you've taken it to a new level where you're actually, moving things in your life and changing things in your life because of this change of mindset, right? And the Ace of Swords. So all three of these, a lot of it has been about mindset and release of s- you know, uh, small t truths rooted in fear, letting go of expectations. Again, saying things from this higher perspective rooted in unconditional love, and joy and laughter and peace. So I like this realization and this growth that's indicated here with all three of these cards, but it's zeroed in on mindset and change of the way you perceive things. And so they're doing that and they're celebrating you doing that. And they're like, this time is for that so that when we meet each other, it's gonna be easier to flow with each other instead of hitting a bunch of speed bumps. They've been cleared out so you can just zoom ahead together without conflict. And I feel like you guys are really learning how to communicate your emotions and your truths here and speak up and not, feel like you have to push things down so that you um, blow up later. It's about open communication and learning to communicate. So I like that. And then the daughters, and I don't know if you have 3 daughters, but I feel like the first one sees them as the King of Pentacles. Yeah, one definitely sees them as a sugar daddy. No, I'm just kidding. The King of Pentacles is someone who's, like, abundant and full, and so they see someone as someone grounded and very secure, and they like the, just the stability that they have, and they see them as that individual. I mean, it even says reliable, visionary, and generous, and so those are kind of the things that they see with them as well. If you have a second daughter, yeah, peace of mind, no expectations, pretty this is the detached daughter that's just kind of, yeah, they're fine, not really involved in it. The other one I feel is more, this one just, whatever daughter this is just like, they'd be fine. It's okay. They're pretty self-sufficient to themselves person, so I don't feel like they have that. If you have a third daughter, um, then this is them, or it's a combination of the two, which Four of Pentacles is about, again, kind of like this solid foundation in the outside world that is there. Again, stability, security, um, and stable. So overall, it feels like, yeah, um, no concerns, very solid, grounded energy that's there. What else that spirit wants you to know? Two of Cups. Okay. That's definitely true. They definitely have someone that's coming. And the Two of Cups is a solid relationship. Um, yeah, I mean it's the lovers card really there. You have the creator card, which is a special card in this deck, which is no. It's the power of no. And I like this that it's such a wonderful, and this has to do with the communication that you don't have to do anything you don't wanna do, and, yeah, compromise is understandable, but this is like you feel comfortable with in this relationship, being able to say no to things that you're really, really like, "I really would rather not we do that. Can we do something else, please?" And you feel like you can and you respect that with one another. So I love that. And the 9 of Wands, where there were blocks before, where you felt like the problems in any past relationships where it felt like you were hitting your head up against a wall, you won't feel that with them because there is this empowerment that one you're learning through all of the stuff that you have experienced. You're learning that to step into your power, to know that whatever energy I invest in is what grows in a relationship. So I'm not going to focus on what's going wrong and what they're not doing and what the low vibration, focusing on expectations and what's not being done, but you're learning to have gratitude and to focus more of the energy on what I love about you and what you're doing well, and that how much of a difference that makes in a relationship. Because if you're focusing on the not, you get more not. If you focus on what you have and what you love, you get more of that, right? So I like that energy coming in here. So hopefully that resonates there for you. We'll pull a fortune cookie for you as well here. Okay, let me just pull these cards back in. There we go. And let's see what else we have here. So what else for Nelly? All right, I feel like this is the one here. You got complaining about complaining is also complaining. uh, card number 3. So I like this because this is exactly what I was talking about. Not you're complaining about complaining is still complaining. Having gratitude around gratitude is still gratitude. It's like the opposite, right? Most people do not realize that as they continue to find things to complain about, they disallow their own physical well being or the well being of a relationship. Many do not realize that before they were complaining about an aching body or a chronic disease, they were complaining about many other things first. It does not matter if the object of your complaint is someone you're angry with, behavior in others that you believe is wrong, or something wrong with your own physical body. Complaining is complaining and it disallows improvement. So complaining is that lower vibrational energy, as I was talking about. Instead of complaining about what someone's not doing, we look for solutions. We focus on solution. We focus on gratitude for what someone is doing. That grows. This diminishes instead. So I like that for you. That's what they have for you now, Nelia. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. Whoops, come on, behave. There we go. So, up next here, we have Shivi. You're exactly at 13 minutes, and you have 3. So, we will um, do all 3. They were going to be like 2 and then 1, but for the sake of one time stamp and having them one after one another, I decided to break the rules. Because I'm an Aquarius sun, so I can do that. I can get away with it. People are used to it, right? Okay. So let's jump in. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I greatly appreciate those. And we will start here. So, number 1, um, will you meet your future husband through parents or yourself in any idea on timeline? All right, let's take a look here. Let me take a quick sip here. Sorry, I didn't mean to slurp there. All right. So let's take a look here. Is it going to be through parents or yourself? Okay. And any idea on timeline? I don't feel like those. I feel like this one here. And let's just see what the underlying energy is here, too. Okay. So through parents or yourself here. Well, we've got the Hierophant, which is a card of like our higher self calling us to see things from a higher perspective. And the Knight of Cups is movement of emotion. Um, so this feels like less authority, more individual yourself. So I don't feel like parental with this energy. So I would be leaning towards it's yourself that you find love through. Any idea on timeline? Let's take a look here. You have the 8 of Cups. There we go. See it a little clearer there. And the Judgment card. The Judgment card is like the Hierophant, like, kind of it's your higher self. It usually has an angel calling us up in the Hierophant. This energy is similar about seeing things from a higher perspective, seeing things differently. And with this Eight of Cups, there is this. I just feel like August is really standing out with this energy. But the Eight of Cups is it's like it's dependent upon you doing this inner emotional work with the Eight of Cups. Because the Eight of Cups is like taking an emotional inventory where you are evaluating where you're investing your emotional energy, and it asking you to do that because it's like if your emotional bank is low, because you're giving to a lot of relationships and you're using energy to keep a lot of old emotions suppressed and pushed down from like when you were 7 years old and younger, your heart won't invite love in because it doesn't have the emotional funds to spend on and invest in this additional emotional mouth to feed in a way, if that makes sense. So it's asking you to evaluate where are the relationships where you're giving 70, 80, 90% of the emotional energy into them and only getting 10 and 20 and 30% back consistently, right? Healthy relationships go back and forth, but this is about really evaluating it and letting go of those that you're like, yeah, these need to end. I don't want even to worry about them. And there might be some like, well, I'll back off to 50% and see if they will give 50, and if they don't and it drifts away, then you get the other 50% back too. So you're building up your emotional bank. You're looking at some old emotions that can be transmuted, and you can do your inner shadow work on releasing some old emotions that you didn't get to deal with when you were younger. And it allows all of that emotional energy to come in. And then that helps draw in this new love. It allows you guys to come together. So I like that for you, but I'm feeling like August energy is really coming in with that Eight of Cups. Let's see what's up below the deck here too. Yep, you have the Two of Pentacles. And what else do we have here? The Page of Swords. Page of Swords is clarity coming in. I do feel like with the Two of Pentacles, there's like two, I would say, candidates that are in your life or come towards your life here. Let me see here. I feel like one you know now and one you don't know, but I feel like you gain clarity um, about who is more in harmony with you, whose energy matches more yours. I like this because it's not about you matching their energy. This is you going, who matches me? There's empowerment there. And I feel like that's where this clarity comes in. It's, I choose, and I want someone who's in alignment with me, not someone like I have to change to try to be in alignment with them. It's like, no, I'm looking for someone that matches my energy. So I like this for you. Um, I feel like that's what they have right now. I feel like that answers your questions there, right? Um, but August feels like the earliest with doing that inner work. Otherwise, you're looking at more October into next year. So it's important to release that and have that emotional bank because they don't come in until that emotional bank is done. And I feel like if you don't do any of that work, that's what's gonna it's gonna take time because relationships will end on their own and things will work out where you'll have enough eventually. But the sooner you do it, the more sooner you meet them. So let's see what your fortune cookie says here. You get one for each donation. So this is for number one. What else? All right, they do want this one, which is my power lies in my peaceful presence. Yeah. So it's about you being true to you and you just being you and not trying to become something. That's kind of reinforces for me that I'm going to be me and someone needs to match my energy, not the other way around. So I like that. All right. So thank you for that one. And then for your second donation, will you get a better job this year at the same time not get laid off from your existing job? Okay, let's take a look here. Tell us about job here. Sorry, I'm crunching my cough drop. Trying to keep my voice. Been talking a lot today, so sorry. All right. Well, you definitely get a new job. You've got this full card, which is the first card in the major arcana, which is a world of possibilities, a new adventure kind of energy that comes in here. So you definitely do get a better job, something that feels more exciting for you, something that feels less restrictive and where you can be more yourself. But like you said, is it going to be while you are you finding the job and leaving and not getting laid off first, right? Let's take a look. um I I feel like you get laid off first with this 9 of swords because that's like our nightmare and insomnia. Our nightmare coming true, but the 8 of wands is a very fast energy. So I don't feel like I feel like you get laid off, but then like the next week you find the job. So I don't feel like it's fast, fast, fast that it happens with all this. Um and but it's not like beforehand with those. Let's see what else they have here too. I wanted to pull some extra cards to find out more about the job itself, the new job, and anything else they want you to know about the job situation here too. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. It's an abundant card. You definitely better paying, it feels here, because you have enough where you're able to give to others too. So it feels very abundant, very um, balanced. That's why I feel like it's like you leave one and you go to the other, but it's not you don't leave it while you're with the other and give notice. It's like they're laying you off. And you probably are looking for a job, it feels like already, because it's like, "Oh," and then it's like, "Oh, we're laying you off." I'm like, "Oh, I have a job interview. Oh, I got it. All right. Well, bye everybody." It's just a few days where you're without a job. That's good. You get a little break. All right, let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the 4 of Wands, joy, celebration, gathering here. Um, so I like that, and there's this freedom feeling too, and I like that with this 4 of Wands because again, this full card is like an energy where you feel more free to be yourself too. It's not as stressful. It's not as strict either. It feels like you enjoy going, "What? I know," to a job. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, so a new opportunity, and again, abundance and these feelings of prosperity that come in with that too. So again, 2 prosperity cards, freedom card. I love all this. 5 of swords. There is a little bit of like a battle between the head and the heart here. Um, and this just tells me here that we were correct about because it's loss and upheaval and conflict, conflicting energy where it's like you find out you're being laid off on Thursday or Friday, but you were kind of already looking, and so you move on things and get an interview on Wednesday, and you start the next Monday or Friday, or it's like very fast moving. But you feel the loss of, oh no, and then, oh okay, so it's that temporary change of feelings of loss to that. So I like it for you. It also tells me that you are following something that's more from your heart and not from your head with that, because that's also the 5 of swords is like your head is battling with your heart about where should I go next? What should I do next? It's like, well, I should do this. I should do that, instead of going your heart going, oh, I'd love to do this. And it does feel like all of this is making your heart feel happy. So I like this for you in doing that. Let's see what else we have here. You got, I am learning to catch any misalignment early. This is health about things being off there, but I feel like rather than getting a job and finding misalignment, once you get into the job that you're finding things and you're catching things before you even apply for them, or while you're interviewing or kind of pursuing it, you're like, "Nah, this feels off," right? Because it says most people, when they feel a symptom of discomfort or sickness, begin to give their attention to the symptom and usually slide rapidly into more discomfort and misalignment. And the key is to catch your misalignment early. In other words, whenever you feel negative emotion, that is your signal to reach for a different thought to immediately improve your good feeling vibrational balance. There's no condition from which you cannot recover, but it is much easier if you catch it early in the early subtle states. So it's picking up on those things and going, "Mm, I'm going to make a decision that makes my heart sing, not, oh, well, I can learn to like that." No, you're finding something that's more in alignment with that. So I like that for you. So that was for number two, Shivi. And then number three, will your future husband be working in the US or India? And if possible, his sun, zodiac sign, and element. All right, let's take a look. All right, so let's take a look here. We're going to pull a card for US, a card for India. See what energy comes in. Okay, that's US. And all right, and then there is India. And then, if possible, sun, zodiac sign, or element, whatever they'll give us here. Okay, we've got those. What else can we know about them? You'll learn, and thanks for being new and subscribing. You'll learn that Brenda Zen likes getting nosy. You're like, okay, I'll accept that. All right. So, United States, we got the High Priestess, and for India, we got the Ten of Swords. So, the High Priestess feels more like the energy here. Ten of Swords is letting go of expectations, and it's less of a, not as a affirmative type of card. That's endings and beginnings, where the High Priestess is more someone that's pocketed away from home, pocketed away up in their high priestess temple, doing high priestess things. So they're away from home, working, doing their thing in the United States, I feel here. Uh, so that answers that. The sun and zodiac sign. Let's see here. We got the King of Wands and the Page of Wands. Well, fire sign kind of energy here. Page of Wands is the newer sign. King of Wands is the older of the sign. I'm really getting Sagittarius energy. I'm leaning towards that. It really could be any of the signs, but I feel like it's a higher vibration of it because with the king being the highest, that is like the highest expression of the fire energy, which that's why I'm kind of leaning towards Sagittarius because Aries is the baby, Leo is like the middle age or like adult, and then the or teenager, and then the Sagittarius is like the adult of the sign. As you get further in, it's like the higher expression of it, energy. So that's why I feel like we're kind of leaning towards Sagittarius. I'm gonna try here. I've been getting Gemini every time I pull from these. I got all these charms that have signs on it. Let's see what comes in here. We got Libra. So I keep on getting air signs. I don't know why. Gemini and Libra. I'm like, what is this about? Maybe because I got an air sun. I don't know. But I feel like Sagittarius energy is what I'm leaning toward. But fire sign is what I'm getting, especially two fire signs. All right, what else can we know about them? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. So definitely doing well, and I feel like they've had significant movement and success in what they're doing because the Wheel of Fortune is the tuna for you, and the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune does signify, the wheels of fate have turned for them. Um, and it's always in our favor, but I feel like they've made a lot of accomplishment and a lot of, movement in their what they do. Queen of Cups. So they have a lot of compassion. They're really in tune with their ability to sense emotion. So they might have like a water moon because they're really connected to moon energy and really can pick up on people's emotions. Um, and I like that because there is that intuition, there is that creativity, is that is the connection to their emotional center, which is good. It means that even if they're an engineer or an IT or somewhere that's very mental, they can communicate their emotions too. They're not so in their head. They're like, "What's an emotion?" They're not a Vulcan, illogical. Emotions are illogical. No, they have that here. I still like the bottom of the deck being the Knight of Wands, more fire energy, and the Two of Wands. So there is a lot of fire that's here, and we like the Emperor too. So, a very well-rounded person. The emperors rule over all 4 kings, so they have that balance of all of those. But, the emperor kinda leans towards a lot of in the mental field as far as what they do, very educated. They could even be, you know, it's whatever they deal with is mind. That's when I said, like, IT and, um, you know, engineering, teaching. It's all about communication, but learning higher learning, having obtained higher learning. So it's very it feels because the just so I explain, the emperor rules over all 4 kings. Each king rules over their own suit, but all kings get a second portion of air, which takes them into their mind. So it's 5 parts air, 1 part earth, 1 part water, 1 part fire for like their job and what they do. Um, so I feel like they're really in their minds. But that Sagittarius energy, I feel like they like to travel. They like going to foreign places. They like learning about foreign things. That's why I feel like they're in the United States, but that's not where they're from. I feel like they're just in the United States now. Right? Let's see what fortune cookie comes in for that one for you. All right. So I want this one here. So tell us what else about your future husband. It says, as I give thoughts to what I want, I feel invigorated. Thoughts again, right? It's all that thinking energy that they have. And it says, as you tell the story of what you want, which is the story the source within you is always telling, you feel happy and energized. The feeling of low energy is always a result of telling a different story than the expanded source energy part of your telling. When you imagine an improved condition, you feel improved emotion. The way you feel is always about the relationship between the object of your attention and your true desire. Giving thought to what is wanted will give you the invigoration that you seek. I like that. So, this is about are you, when you're looking at what you want to do and who you want to be with and all that, if we're in our head, it's gonna feel like we're existing. If we're doing it from our heart, we feel like we're living. That's where the invigoration comes from. So I like that, when you're telling the story of what you're feeling, you're gonna tell it like, "Yeah, I'm really, really excited about this," right? Or, "I'm really, really excited about this," by how you tell the story, what you're really wanting. So I love that for you, Shivi. Hopefully that helps. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then we have Moonlight 5. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's put your timestamp in here. And I know you do have other things down below too, so be sure to check them out. I believe you do. Yeah, you have something Saturday AM session and probably something on that other one too, but you can scan. I'm sure you'll find it. You're capable. I know. All right. So you want to know, will you sell your car soon and will you get the amount you want or need to get from the sale? All right, let's take a look here. So based on current energies, will you sell your car soon? Okay. And then will you get the amount you want or need to get from the sale? All right. And then what else do you need to know? So, will you sell it soon? You got the Knight of Swords and the Two of Wands. You know, always the Two of Wands, right? All about our energy, our power choice. The Knight of Swords is one of the well, it's not the fastest. It's not the slowest knight. It's not the quickest knight. Quickest knight is Knight of Wands, the horse on fire. Slowest knight, Knight of Pentacles. Kind of the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups are kind of in the middle. So it's like soonish, but the Two of Wands tells us that based on what you focus on really helps determine that, right? So as we talk about, when you focus on what you're grateful for and higher vibration, we draw on things faster. If we fear or focus on lower vibration, it slows things down. So when you're looking at the sale of a car, you can focus on gratitude, going, all right, creator, you want to sell this and I want to get a good price. So I trust you're going to be the perfect person, the perfect timing, the perfect way that I'll find this, and show me anything that I can do to help with that too. And I'm so grateful, and I trust you. Release, surrender, right? And because if we're focusing on, I hope so, if not, blah 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 blah, then we're actually pushing it away. So doing that other can help it be sooner. But I feel like it's sooner than later with the Knight of Swords, but it can be even sooner with that Two of Wands. Will you get the price? You have the Ace of Swords. There's clarity around this, around want and need. Again, the Knight of Swords is I feel like this is a yes, quite honestly, just because the Knight of Swords that you got in this other one is the quest for the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is you get it. So with what you ask for, what you put out there, and are grateful for, it is that you do get it here. Under the surface, yeah, you have the Eight of Wands and the Chariot. So that tells me again, the Chariot is the power of choice card, and the Eight of Wands is faster. The more you choose your stories, your emotions, your energy, and your actions from a higher vibrational, that's the fast way to have things come in. So it's being aware of your energies is really going to be the decision maker here for you with that. So I like that for you. So short and Swedish, a Swedish person is going to buy it. I don't know. Not really. I think it's just a joke. But let's see here what your fortune cookie says here for you. Okay. I can choose in every moment a better feeling story. So choice is all coming in here. Oh, sorry, I didn't show it to you. What you put forth from your heart, look at flying, something flying from the heart. Under all conditions, you have the power to find thoughts that feel slightly better or slightly worse. And when you consistently choose slightly better, the law of attraction will bring steady improvement to your experience. Wow. The key to achieving and maintaining a physical state of well being, or bringing in what you're looking for, is to notice the indicators of discord in the early stages. It is much easier to refocus your thoughts in the early, subtle stages than after the law of attraction has responded to chronic negative thoughts, bringing bigger negative results. Yeah. So catching it early instead of later really helps us with all that. So I like that for you, Moonlight. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Delsi Joy, you are up. Let's get your timestamp in there. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So thank you for your donation. Let me take a quick sip here. Really not that you guys can stop me. Watch a hand come out of the computer. Whoa. All right. So thank you for your donation. So you're okay. Yeah, this is your 98-year-old aunt was abused and neglected by family members. She was just placed in NSF rehab. Will she thrive and be safe? Let's take a look here based on her current energies. I mean, if any of us can thrive at 98 years old, that's a miracle in itself, right? but under the circumstances, I get it. We'll look here and see, will she thrive and will she be safe? All right, and then I want that one as well. Oh, and this one too, and this one here. All right, yeah. Well, I like the bottom of the deck. You've got the star card, which is hope, but it's also dreams come true. She's being watched over by a star in the sky, and I like that. Just know that she is cared for and protected. And we'll find out what else we have here. So, will she thrive? Got the Four of Pentacles. That's a good, solid foundation in the outside world. It feels like she's at home here. So I like that. We have the Five of Wands, which is a transformation of energy from drama to something more stable. And the Hanged Man. Yeah, it's a transformational place. I feel like she will trans uh, transform there. Is that the word I'm looking for? Transition is the word I'm looking for. So I feel like she goes home there. In other words, she thrives, but she's ready to go. And I feel like that she lives out her final days there. I don't feel like she'll go anywhere else. I feel like she's like, I'm tired, I'm ready. I got friends inviting me to the other side, the star, whoever the star is that's watching over her. They're like, I think I've almost done everything I need to do here. I think I'm ready to head on to the next adventure kind of energy here. Will she be safe there? Yep, Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords. There is this, the Seven of Swords is the thief, the liar, the blah, blah, blah. But the Queen of Swords is the balance between head and heart. And there is someone there to protect her again from any of this deceit and any of the lies and stuff that happened before. So the Queen of Swords is there. That's strength. It says strength and ambition and truth. So there is someone that keeps things honest there. Again, this protector, it's almost kind of looks similar here. But there is this protector that is watching over her, both in physical form and in spiritual form. We also have the Tower card. Yeah, I feel like she'll leave suddenly. I don't feel like she's gonna like be sick and have any kind of thing that's expected. I feel like she's just gonna go in her sleep one night, just suddenly with the tower. She's like, "I'm out. Look at my dream. Huh, you know what? I think I'm just gonna leave." Yeah, and in her sleep, yeah, don't look at the Nine of Swords, but it's in the sleep. It's the, um, nighttime. It's not she's not having a nightmare or insomnia. The Nine of Swords, though, is just confirming what I said about in the sleep. She's in her bed asleep. And the King of Wands. Yeah, this is the spirit self, the higher self. Just realize that this human is just one of the many characters that she's played. And with this, King of Wands, this is about, it's the highest expression of our spiritual energy in that it's the actor behind all the characters that she's played is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. She's not weak, she's not small, she's powerful. She's played many females, many males, many different characters in many different lifetimes and different expressions. And this is just one of many. Nothing has happened that she didn't want to experience here on this planet. So, when she went through everything she did, I know it's hard for us to kind of understand why would we want to experience lower vibrational experiences? Well, that's why we come here. I talk about this tapestry over here, how if it was all this beige, we wouldn't see this design. If it was all the darkness, we wouldn't see it either. But because of the contrast between the shadow and this, we're able to see this Om symbol, and all of these other ones that we wouldn't see, as well. So all of the shadow, all of the light happens for us, and she doesn't. her human character might be a little, pissed off about it, but her higher self, when she gets to the other side, she'll go, "Oh, that's why I wanted to experience that. That's right. I get it now. I remember." But we don't remember while we're down here. But so I feel like that's what's going to happen there. This butterfly really is standing out to me. Yeah. So the transition again of the butterfly from the cocoon, seeing through the eyes from up above. Um, and it says the law of attraction responds to the vibrations of my stories. So if I have a story of abuse and I have a story of neglect, and I'm focusing on all of those things, I grow that. So we can change our story. It says you can accomplish change in every experience, but you have to begin to see your world differently. You have to tell the story the way you want it to be rather than like it is. When you choose the direction of your thoughts and conversations by the way they feel as you think them or speak them, then you begin to deliberately offer vibrations. You are vibrational beings, whether you know it or not, and the law of attraction is eternally responding to the vibrations you're offering. So if I put out vibrations of that rejection and neglect and abuse and all those things, the victimhood, then that we perpetuate it. Yeah, it grows, and we just keep it. But if I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to focus on joy and laughter and play and higher vibration, gratitude and unconditional love, then that's the kind of energy we draw toward us, right? So that's what they have for you, Delcy. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for now. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. So let me scooch up here. So that's it for the donations. So thank you guys for your patience. I know those are a bit more in depth, those take more time. But the free readings that we're about to go into are faster. They're just one or two cards each. So they're not as deep. And so we'll kind of skip along on them a little faster than the others. So thank you guys again for all of your patience in getting to all of these. All right, so we'll move next into the YouTube channel members. So let me bring those down. So hello, hello, all you guys. Let me just get these, at least these. Let me just do these three and move this over. All right, so up first, we do have Happy Pill. Let's grab your timestamp here. Right, so Happy Pill, you wanted a general reading for the peaceful life. All right, let's take a look here. What do they want you to know about the peaceful life? Got that one. Oh, here's the other. Three of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Yep, the peaceful life comes into this place where, with the Page of Cups, it's finding your self-love. And with the Three of Pentacles, about being true to your authentic self. That's where the peace comes. Because we're in conflict and we're battling with ourselves when we're trying to be something, someone, whatever. I like the energy of this message of like, we don't have to become something more. We're already perfect mountains. We come down here to explore who we are, not to become different, but to become more aware of who we are. This powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. And as I realize my self-love and I realize I am love and I am perfect, I like this. I have a little post-it that I put on here that where I heard, I'm not broken. I don't need to be fixed. I don't need to become something else. What I'm doing is I'm burning away that which is not me. And that's what happens because we come in these beautiful, creations, and then we start piling all this stuff on us like people are handing us paper mache wet paper mache strips. We keep on, this is who you are. Okay. We just keep on taking all these paper mache strips from all these people that have opinions of who we are or who we're supposed to be and all this. And before we know it, we look like we've been in a giant ski accident or giant mummy where it's dried and we feel restricted. We feel we can't move. We feel hidden. and then you break out of it and you tear it all away, and that's the peaceful life because you're just, "Oh, I can be me. I don't have to try to be something that I'm not, and I'm not worried about losing people's support or being punished because I'm accepted who I am." And that is where the peaceful life comes in, is like, I get to be free, and I'm throwing away all this dried paper mache, or I'm throwing it on a bonfire if it's flammable. I don't know. But I like that for you, Happy Pill. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Ashish. You are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So you wanted to know, did you already meet your future wife, or are you still going to? All right, let's take a look here. Uh, let's take a look here. Have you met them? Ooh, you got the moon and you have the Ace of Wands. No, you have not met them. Ace of Wands is like a brand new beginning. So it's no, it'll be a new passion that you meet. And the moon card here is about cycles, and whenever I get the moon, I'm like, it's always going to be around moon energy. So a new moon, like we have a new moon on Monday. Hey, you have a chance. Probably not on Monday, but I feel like it's around either a full moon or a new moon. New beginnings is usually a new moon. So I feel like the energy is very strong around meeting them around a new moon on there. Yeah, we've already been beyond the Cancer new moon and Cancer season. That was back in springtime, right? No, wait. Yeah, no. No, Cancer season is coming up. Cancer season is the summer. So a new moon in Cancer would be sometime between June 20th and July 20th. I probably have it somewhere, but you can probably look it up. So that's what I feel is coming in, Ashish. So haven't met him yet, but around a new moon, maybe even around the Cancer new moon, that will be coming up, because that'll be the next new moon after Gemini, which is Monday. So it'll be a month from there ish. Exciting. All right. That's what they have for you, Ashish. And so many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Ankitaaaa. You are up. So got your timestamp. Let's see what we got. What's coming towards you in the educational way? You've given an exam, but you're doubtful. So I think maybe I'll need to give it again in September. All right, let's take a look here and see. Based on, all right, well, here we go. Let's see what we have here. Sorry, itch, itch, itch. I've been wearing my hat all day. So you have the Four of Wands on the World card. Well, the Four of Wands is a joy and celebration energy, and the World card is an ending of a major cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe you didn't do as bad as you're thinking here, um, because this is about success and it's about the ending of something, the beginning of something new, and it's joy, it's freedom, it's it's one of the joy and celebration kind of cards here. So I don't know. I feel like you might be underestimating yourself here. You might have gotten enough to scrape by if you're like that doubtful. But I do feel like there's success and there's movement and joy that comes from it. Um, so that's what's coming in for you, Ankita. So let us know. By that, I feel like you're getting what you're wanting to achieve there. All right. So that's what they have for that one. And then Livier Vergara, you are up. You actually will have another one um, here in a moment. So I'm going to do them in order with these. So just know you have a second one under the Saturday PM session here in the notes, in the comment. All right. So this one, you want to know, will you be able to move back to your other country in the future? All right, let's take a look here based on current energies. All right. Also the two here. You will be able to. It's gonna take some work though. The Queen of Pentacles is abundance and Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and seeking your own self. And this is kind of scary. I didn't realize this is what I get to look at. The eyes are looking at you. But it's like the scene really stands out here. But the Five of Swords is about a battle between the head and the heart. And I don't know, it just feels like there's conflict. It feels like it's not like an easy, quick transformation that happens. It ultimately you're able to, but it feels like there's a lot of obstacles that you have to get through to be able to do it. So don't wait to the last minute with this. If you want to start working on getting everything prepared where you can, whether it's visas or something, paperwork or whatever has to be done, just kind of plan and don't expect it to be like fast. There's going to be stages and steps and things that have to be done for you to be able to do that. So, but I do feel like ultimately is successful there, but just plan for delays, plan for extra effort that has to be put in, etc. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Livier. Right. And then ShawnG, you are up. Let me grab yours here. So for your free question, they said you have to go in front of the judge for the houses in Philly. Ugh. So how will it go? Will everything work out and I get the check for the house in 2 weeks? All right. So one is how will it go? All right. There we go. And then will everything work out and you get the check for the house in 2 weeks? All right. So how's it going to go in front of the judge? You got the Page of Pentacles. Very well. That's abundance energy. So success. And then will you get it in 2 weeks? Well, look at judge. The judge will decide. Um, you know, I just feel like again, the judge will decide. It's like, why won't you tell us now? And I feel like this has to do with energy here. Um, so I mean, I feel very good about all this, but I feel like if you will go into it with high vibration energy and, not like, I can't believe I have to be here and that you guys are making me go through this. Fine, finally, if you go in with an attitude of gratitude, going, everything is happening for me for a reason. Maybe you're going to meet a hot person in court. I don't know. Maybe the judge is cute and you're like, "Hey, judge." I'm just kidding. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm not kidding. But I feel like, everything happens for a reason. So if you go in with a good attitude, a happy attitude, a grateful attitude, I feel like there's progress and it's beneficial for you. But I feel like if you go in with low vibrational energy, it's delayed because this is all about your higher self trying to show you things from a higher perspective about everything happens for us, and if we can believe that and trust that, have faith in that, that it'll be our energy will show a difference, and you'll see the difference with that. So hopefully that helps. That's what's coming in for you, ShawnG. And maybe, maybe it's the police officer, maybe it's the court officer. Who knows? All right. So many blessings to you. All right, let me take a quick sip here. All right. So, Suri Amanda, you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp there. So, the energies at work. Oh, that was the other one. Then this was the one where you wanted for your free one, Jean's next actions and feelings towards you. All right. All right. Next actions, the Empress. Ooh. So, this is sensuality, um, type of energy. So I feel like they're going to try to, um, make the moves in a way. Um, but it's creative energy. It's very emotional energy, but it's also like sensuality. It's mother nature, mother nurture kind of energy. So I feel like their next actions are to see um, if you're willing to share your sensuality with them. I'm trying to say it in a nice way. I feel like you understand that. Um, what are their feelings towards you? Yeah, they have the hermit energy, which so this is that energy, and we've been talking about them quite a bit, right? They don't want to be in a relationship with one person, the hermit, right? Um, but the hermit energy is Virgo energy, and Virgo energy is very physical body energy. And so that's what they're looking, and they're really focused in on that type of their own journey, and they're looking at more they're independent, and they like being independent, but they also like the sensuality in that relationship, like we said, like Don Juan and or, that kind of energy. It's not like they're a gigolo or anything, but they love romance, but they don't need it to be with just one person forever. They like the variety and they like doing that. And so I feel like that's what's coming in here with this, especially the sensuality, the beauty, energy that they're looking at with this. They're looking at um, having you be one of several, not like you're the forever person kind of energy. So that's what's coming in there, you know. So you get to experience what you'd like to experience. Many blessings. All right, that's what they have for you. All right, and then Moonlight 5. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, Moonlight, you're free reading. What will your next love look like and who will it be? All right, let's take a look here. What would they look like? Can you tell us about that? All right. And then who will it be? Right? Boom, boom. So, what will they look like? You got the Three of Cups. Three of Cups energy, um, is this energy of it's like someone that would be in your friends group. Not that it is. Well, let's take a look here. Who will it be? We got the King of Wands. Okay, so fire sign. It's almost like these are reversed. But the King of Wands is a fire sign. Um, and so being a fire sign, they're usually attractive. It's their energy, their physical appearances, they tend to be that. So you'll be drawn to them um energetically and physically. But with the 3 of cups, um with with this energy, I do feel like it's someone that is like who you normally hang around with. You're just like, yeah, they're gonna be like someone that um is your fits into what you do and into what you would consider your community, your friends group. So you can kind of look at, well, I have a wide variety. Well, yeah, and then they're gonna be someone that could fit into your friends group that wouldn't stick out, really per se. But but I do feel like maybe a friend you meet them through a friend of a friend. Um, because of this friends group energy, and I feel like they kinda combine both of your answers together in these 2 cards. What will they look like? Uh, who will it be? Energy there. So, I do feel like it is a friend of a group. I don't feel like you've seen them before, um, and so I feel like it's a new, uh, someone new that they bring into the group, or you're at a friend's party or a friend's get together and they happen to be there too, and it's a friend of a friend, and you're like, who's that? So I like that for you, Moonlight. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Livier Vergara, we're back around for your second one here. Let's put your timestamp for this one in here. All right. So Livier. So you'd like advice from an oracle. All right. Well, we have new oracle that I introduced here. So let's see, where are we going? Where are we going here? Let me just see. I'm not being drawn to anyone. Let's um, use the heat of the hand. Ooh, okay. Well, you got angels and auras, oracle. I don't think I gave you one of these before, but if I did put these out. I don't think I gave you one of these before. I gave someone one of these, but I don't think it was you. I think it was in one of my other member groups. So you have career transition. Are you looking for a career transition? Change, excitement, opportunity, and advancement. The other energy is stagnant, boredom, scarcity, and stuck. So is that how you're feeling career wise? Let's see what we have here. What number is this? 17. So, new opportunities are about to present themselves. It's a great time for you to consider what's next in your career. Do you want to move up or move over to a different job entirely? Are you considering retirement? Always, right? If we could, we would. All of these topics can be represented by this card. Where is your heart leading you? What makes you excited? Line up your options, and where your heart leaps with joy, go there. Wow, that's great advice. The shadow message, which I like to mention, just in case anything resonates, it says when this card is inverted, it may be that your day has become robotic and repetitive. You're probably bored out of your mind and possibly even dread going to work. But here's the thing, you think you're trapped, but that's an illusion. Your angels would like you to pretend that you have a magic wand. What would you do if you believed fully that you could do anything? What would a passionate and fulfilling career look like to you? Could you make a few changes that would allow you to do what you love part time in preparation for eventually doing it full time? Release your self limiting beliefs and see yourself joyful in the future. And then the color activation, you have orange and green in here, so you can see those. The color orange is balancing your energy during a moment of potential change, and the green energy is allowing you to be open to all opportunities that may present themselves. So, whatever advice you were looking for, if it's not job, you can apply all that to that as well. All right. So, that's what they have for you, Livier. So, those are your two free readings. So, thank you again. All right. So, now let us move over to the other readings. Let me take a sip here. We'll dive in, and thank you guys again for all your patience. All the thumbs up too if you're enjoying the free readings. Definitely appreciate it. Help spread the Zen love. All right. So let us bring some of these over. Red Rover, bring him on over. All right. Sorry, let me just bring some of these. Okay. So up first, we've got new love. Let's grab your time stamp. So new love. Hello. So you want to know? This was from 9:39 a.m. this morning. It's 11 p.m. at night. So thanks for your patience. What are Johanna's true feelings for you? I joined her course, but she was weird to me and did not talk much to me. All right, let's take a look here. Awkward. So, what are Johanna's feelings for you here? Okay. So, we've got the Ace of Cups, we got the Ace of Swords. There's this new energy, this new clarity, this, feelings of emotion here. It's all about new beginnings and it's decisions and this energy, but it feels all new, 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 new energy. Um, I don't know. It feels confusing, and I get it with all of this. You know, you joined her course, but then she didn't talk much, and she was. But it feels like it doesn't have to do with you, um, because there is cups, and she's wanting to get clarity around who you are more and get to know you more. But I feel like there's a lot of distraction. I don't know, is this the first time she's done this course, or it just feels like she's really distracted. She's really in her own mind and, um, overthinking things to where it's like she's very tunnel vision that she doesn't realize it because she's, like, trying to do such a good job or trying to do this thing that she's not seeing outside of that. She doesn't realize how she's feels like she's, not communicating and all of that. Because all of this I'd give it a little time here, let her get comfortable and get in there, and I feel like you'll see a difference here because it is aces is newness, 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 and, beginnings and changes and stuff. So I feel like her energy, her true feelings for you, it just feels like, "I want to start new, I wanna start over," kind of energy. 'Cause it's all aces. Back to square one with them. Um, so start fresh with it all, and I feel like that's the energy that spirit wants you to have is let it all go, let all expectations go, let all old things go, and approach it new, without expecting. Because there's disappointment here, and if there's disappointment, that means there was expectations. I expected that when I did this, that they were gonna treat me this way, and they didn't. Well, that's uh, try focusing on what you're grateful for in them. Change your energy and see if that changes things because if I go in, I'm going to be with expectations when focusing on what someone is doing, checking it off, but I'm focusing on what someone's not doing. And when I focus on what someone's not doing, I get more not doing, right? So think about what you're grateful for about who they are when they have chatted with you, when they have interacted with you, what have you loved about it, and have gratitude and see if that energy changes. So, hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then up next, we've got Starseed. So let me grab your timestamp here. Here we go. So Starseed. Actual. So how did Robin feel when he saw you? What were his true intentions for you when he saw you at the wedding of your cousin? All right, let's take a look here. So we'll pull a card for how did he feel when he saw you? Okay, that's that one. And then what were his intentions for you when he saw you? Okay, so 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands can go either way. It's either a burden or a lot of energy. It's about abundance, fullness. Let's see what the intentions are. That will tell us. 7 of Cups. A lot of emotional confusion here. Um, so it felt like there was a lot going on here. When he saw you, I felt like he was already a lot of energy going on. And I feel like this out of pocket feeling. Like, there's just so much going on, I'm overwhelmed, like, overstimulated already. It's almost like it's someone that has, excuse me, like ADHD, where there's too much going on and it's overwhelming, and I can't really focus because there's just too much activity, too much stuff, and that 7 of Cups makes sense to me. It's like, what were their intentions for you is I feel like they wanted to not run from you, but they were already like, "I need space. I need to get somewhere where it's quiet. I need to," you know, because I feel like they were a bit on the extreme side with this coming in here. So I don't feel like it's personal with you there. I just feel like it wasn't a good environment for, um, things to be other than overwhelming for them. Um Yeah, this extremes. They just felt extremes, and it just felt everything amplified. So I don't feel like they get that we would get a true picture with them at this wedding. Excuse me, I think like they're, um, like I said, they were just not themselves. It would be best to kind of meet them one on one or in a small group in a quiet place, not a crowd, right? With all this activity and all this stuff going on, and um, with it all there. So hopefully that resonates there for you. But yeah, I just feel like they're just like, whoa, drink, drink, drink. Uh-oh. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. Right. And then Alicia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Did I get that right? Yeah. Okay. So your question, what's coming next in your career? Let's see. All right. Got that in here. That one too? Okay. Well, you did have the expectations equal disappointment come out here. Just feel like your job right now feels like a letdown. You have the 3 of Wands and the Page of Cups. It's like where you were headed just feels like it's not where your heart wanted to do, because you've got the 3 of Wands, which is you changing course to follow something that's more in alignment with the Page of Cups with your heart. It's like the mind wanted to do something, and the mind is the one that is killing the heart here. Because the swords are the mind, and the swords are stuck in the heart. And that's what I feel like. It's just, when we're doing something that the mind is telling us we should do, supposed to do, need to do, that is like, oh God. But that's why I feel like it's time to like close your eyes and open your heart and go, where does my heart want to lead me? Where does my heart want to go? Because I feel like if you keep choosing what you're supposed to do, the mind is telling you, yeah, no, 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 that it feels like you're existing and not living. And I feel like if you choose something that's more in alignment with your heart, then it does progress forward, because I feel like there's resistance in heading in this direction. It's like they're trying to, "Oh, I want to go this way." And so your mind is starting to work with your heart and go, let's go this direction. Let your heart lead. Close your eyes, open your heart. Where does your heart want to go? And then allow your mind to support your heart in going in that direction, I feel is what's coming next for your career. Otherwise, you'll just continue going in circles, and experiencing the same thing, doing the same thing, getting the same result. And you're like, I'm done with this stuff. You're ready to do something more in alignment with your heart. All right. So that's what they have for you there. All right. And then Nelia Medeiros, you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, Nelia, general for June. All right. Let's take a look here. Too many. Let's shuffle these up. All right. What does Spirit wants you to know for June? Yeah, we do want this one here. Nope. We have this one. All right. Queen of Cups and 10 of Wands. So there is this ending and beginning of where you're investing your energy. And the Queen of Cups is an energy of intuition and following your gut, following your heart, following your instinct here. 10 of Wands is this change that it can be looked at as a burden, like someone carrying all these 10 wands, or you can be looking at it as a harvest. And that's what I feel like this changes here, is that you revamp your energy, um, from feeling like a burden to feeling like a harvest instead. But I feel like it is because you literally do change where you're investing your energy. Um, and this intuition, this thing, so that let me kind of explain here, because like the 10 of Wands is like, um, everything is urgent, everything is important. I've got so many things I'm working on that I can only move ahead one space with each of the 10 things. And it's like, And in this day and age, we do feel like everything's urgent and important, right? But there's this, all right, getting in tune with my heart with this Queen of Cups, right? She rolls over cups, she gets the second portion of cups. So, master of emotion, really looking into our heart and going, what is truly urgent and truly important to me? That's bucket one. That gets all my energy, right? Bucket number 2 are the things that are truly important to me, but not urgent, so we can put those on the calendar. That's not today, that's for later, right? We put it on the calendar, we space them all out, so we meet deadlines where they don't become urgent, or we know when they become urgent, then they get priority, right? But bucket 1 gets all the energy today, bucket 2 gets the energy for the future. Bucket 3 are the things that are urgent, but not important to us. And because they're not important to us, we don't need to invest energy into it. And that's where this clarity comes in. It allows more movement because let's say there's 2 things that are truly important to you and truly urgent. Instead of only going up 1 each, you can go 5 or maybe 9 and 1, and 1 or whatever is the most important, the most urgent. But you get to move forward significantly more in these things because you're investing energy in them. And I feel like June is figuring out what's truly urgent and what's truly important to you, um, with that. So, I feel like that's what's important right now. That's funny, for right now for you. All right. So many blessings to you, my dear. Thank you again for your donations earlier today. Many blessings. All right, Victoria, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And let's see, you do have another one down below in Saturday's PM session. So we'll get to that in a little bit. So just be sure to check that out too. You want to know, what does spirit need for you to know at this current time? Let's take a look. All right. Do not worry, this is not a bad card, even though it looks bad. Death card. Ah, we have the Queen of Wands too. It's an ending and a beginning energy. And the Queen of Wands energy is about, let's see here. What, it's a variety of things. That's why I'm trying to just sit in this energy, because the Death card is about transformation and new beginnings. And on one piece of it, it's being aware of your energy, where you're investing your energy around the transformation. Because if it's like you have this power of, is this ending going to be a transformation? And I look at it as transformation, or am I looking at endings and beginnings, which are like the death of something? Because where you put your energy on it is how smoothly you move through it. It's either going to be like, this is a transformation. Look, I'm a butterfly. Or oh my gosh, this is an ending and a beginning. And look, I'm a caterpillar and I'm shedding everything. Ah, it's like it turns into this story of pain and suffering instead of transformation, right? And so your energy through it really determines. And even when you look at, if you can see, and above her head is the third eye, just like the third eye on the skull. So there is this, it's all about perception. It's all about where I invest my energy is how this transformation happens or how this death happens. And are we focusing on the ending or are we focusing on the new beginning? It's going to be the energy. We can be like, oh, look what I lost, and, focus all on that. And then it's a slow death. Or we could focus on the new beginning and it's a transformation and it moves quickly. So I feel like that's a big energy here. And the other thing with the Queen of Wands is when you're not sure of decisions and what you should do, um, spirit won't tell you what you should do, but you can ask them for clarity to help you make a decision and to bring you information that can help make it a no-brainer for you. They will bring clarity for you. You can ask them for clarity, but you can't go, "What should I do? Do you tell me what to do?" They're like, "Oh no, this is your adventure. We don't have an opinion, because there's no right or wrong from spirit's perspective. There's just different choices with different experiences. So it's like, well, what should I do? They're like, well, what are you wanting to achieve from this? And then we have to do that. Go, oh, okay. Well, so which situation will bring me more of this? They're like, this one will, but they won't make decisions for you. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Victoria. So many blessings to you. Right. Let's bring some more of these over. So I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Can't believe it's already Saturday night, almost Sunday morning. Probably Sunday morning for some of you, right? So I hope you're having an adventurous weekend. All right, there we go. So Shanae, you are up. Let's give your timestamp here. Uh, there we go. I think that was close to it there. So Shanae, you'd like a general with love, please. Things have been stagnant, right? I hear you. Let me see. All right. So what about love? All right. Wow. All right. So you got the Page of Cups and the Nine of Cups. I don't think you're going to be stagnant for long. Page of Cups is about new love coming in, but it is reflective of your own because you have the Nine of Cups, which is the Hermit's number, and the Cups, and then the Page of Cups has the Ace of Cups. So there is love that's kind of headed your direction, but I know, but it's just like understanding that every relationship of the outside world is a reflection of our self love. And so if we feel like external love is stagnant, maybe our journey of our self love is stagnant too, right? And so we can ignite the love of the outside world by igniting our self love too. And we do that by releasing old thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us, old emotions that don't serve us, old energy that doesn't serve us, things in the even in the physical world, purging and getting rid of things that have low energy that don't serve us anymore. It's making space for new that helps raise our love vibration, and then focusing on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and play and gratitude, gratitude, gratitude allows that to be drawn to us, right? Excuse me. Something else that we can do too to help draw love toward us, because if I'm focusing on I want love, I need love, I'm afraid I won't find love, that pushes love away. If I focus on who have I loved in the past? What did I love and appreciate about these people I've loved in the past, right? Romantically, I'm assuming that's what we're looking for is romantic love, right? So it's like we think about those things. It doesn't have to be I loved everything about this person because I'm obviously we're not going to find someone like that. But it's like, what are the, it's like a little buffet. If I could pick all the things I loved about all the people that I've loved, what would that look like? That's the dream come true. And you just tell the creator, you're gratitude, I really love that about them. Yeah, I love that about them. I love that about them. And then that's what helps draw love to us that matches that instead of focusing on lack, which pushes everything away, right? So hopefully that helps. Some little tidbits there. But I do feel like the more you raise your love vibration, the faster that it does draw someone to you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Shanae. Many blessings to you. All right. And then ASC, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. And what is Eric's feelings for you at this time? No contact since February. All right. Thank you for sending blessings. I will take those. All right. So, what are Eric's feelings for you? Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right. Well, there's still, we got the Two of Cups. They're still important, in their life energy. Six of Wands, is an energy of victory and an energy of equal physical and energetic attraction. So there is energy here, But let's take a look. Why hasn't there been any contact? I'm just gonna dive a little deeper here because these are their feelings for you, which if I just saw these, I'd be like, yeah, why aren't they contacting you? There is this emotional connection. There is this passionate connection. There's something more. There's something more going on outside of you guys. There's something that has really taken them for a loop here that has made them withdraw from so many things in their world. It's like their whole world, I feel, has been topsy-turvy, and there's just I don't know, have they had trouble with addictions? I feel like there's something that has just like their world, the bottom dropped off, and I just feel like they plummeted, and I feel like they're just withdrawn from everyone and everything. And so this isn't about how they feel about you. I feel like it's about something that they're big that they're dealing with in their life. If it's not like in a because it feels like something outside of their control, which addictions can be outside your control. I don't know why I'm being drawn to that, but if that resonates, but or it could be someone that's like not feeling well, not doing well, and it feels like, you know, their whole world has collapsed and all their energy is being focused on something just to survive kind of energy. So that's what's coming in there. So I don't feel like it's about you. I feel like it's about what's going on with them there. Yeah. I feel like I don't know um if it resonates with you, because you got the Page of Swords, which is about reaching out to someone. The Hanged Man is, wait until you feel like, yeah, I want to reach out to them. Um, and like if you want to just make sure they're okay, that's okay to do. Just say, hey, you were on my mind, and I just want to make sure everything's okay with you. I just have a feeling, and feel okay to do that when you feel okay to do that. All right. So that's what they have for you right now, ASC. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. And then Haya, you are up. Let's put your timestamp in here. Hiya, hiya, hey. So you would like to get a free reading. I didn't see a question, so we'll do a general and see what Spirit has for you. So let's see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. I don't think it wasn't this one, it was this one. All right. So you've got the Page of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And that's interesting. It's a love reading too, because the Page of Cups is like an old love being recycled. And the Ace of Swords is new communication coming in from someone from the past that's coming back. It's not gonna be someone that you, of course, don't like, "Oh god, please don't let it be that one." No, it'd be someone that you're hoping that they would reach back out, um, but it's someone who's single. So, I do feel like it's, someone from your past is about to reach out to you with this Ace of Swords. This new moon in Gemini on Monday, it's all about, new communications coming in. So I feel like over the next couple of weeks is when this will happen because it does feel like this newness, but it's someone coming back from the past that's coming in here. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And like, yeah, I know who that is. But I feel like you're just gonna get this contact from them out of the blue. Um, and you can see where it goes. But I feel like that's what they're just being aware of. That's the next kind of action that's coming towards you in love right now. All right. So that's what they have for you, Haya. So many blessings too. You're like, I don't want these. I'm gonna block all these numbers. All right. All right. And then Marion, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So Marion, you want to know why your friend removed you from social media. All right, let's take a look here. Hmm, interesting energies. Got the 9 of Cups and the Temperance card here. Temperance is patience and balance and moderation. The 9 of Cups is the 9 is a hermit's energy. It's like self here. It almost feels like I don't know if it was just you. I feel like they're looking for moderation and balance. I don't know if it would almost be like when I get this energy of like they're taking a break from social media and they're just clearing things out and starting over. But it's like they're pursuing their happiness and because the temperance card even says moderation, balance, guidance, healing, and the other is happiness, vitality, joy. So it's like they're seeking something different, and I don't know if you're like, well, it was just me they removed, no one else, but you may not know how many people they removed, and if they were just clearing out people. But it doesn't feel like it's angsty or it feels like more like they're just refreshing things and clearing things out. So I don't feel like there's something against you. I just feel like they're choosing something for them and they're just it's not like a personal thing, it's just like a revamping thing for themselves. So I don't know. It would almost be like, if you're going through something and you haven't heard from people in a while, you just delete, delete, delete. Or do you ever see when people post, I'm cleaning off my friends list. If you don't respond to this, then I'm gonna remove you because I have too many. And so I'm cleaning it out, It's that kind of thing, not so much like, ooh, I hate you, delete, kind of energy. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's what's coming in for you. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Minu, hello, hello. Let's grab your timestamp here. Let's grab your correct timestamp here. Okay, there we go. So you'd like a general for June. All right, let's take a look here and see what we have here. What is coming in for you for June? Got the 8 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. It seems to be like June is a month of you really kind of like doing a revamp of relationships and home too. Like the 8 of Cups is like you're really looking at where am I investing my emotional energy? Who am I investing in? Am I over investing? Am I giving too much all the time? Like I'm giving 80% to this relationship all the time with this friend or family member or whatever. And you're like, it's always that. It's not back and forth. It's I'm always over giving, always over giving. And it's about getting some of your emotional energy back for something that's coming in the future. And so you're cutting off, not cutting off, but just backing off of investing so much in relationships. And if they drift away, then you get all that energy back. But there is this preparation that's coming through all this, a shift of energy. And it's even like any energy that you're investing in, maintaining old emotions, nursing old emotions, suppressing, keeping down old emotions. It's about releasing these so that all that emotional energy comes back to you too. But you're definitely it's like this purging energy. It's like spring cleaning in June. Get ready for maybe it's summer cleaning. Um, but the 4 of Pentacles feels that way too. It's like you're um purging things in the outside world, um, things that don't serve you anymore, and you're just realizing, I want to organize my home, organize my relationships. That's the kind of energy that I feel is coming in here for you. So that's what they got for you, Minu. Chop, 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 clean, 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 purge, 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 right? You're donating people to Goodwill along with stuff that you don't serve anymore or your donation of choice. All right. But that's what's coming in, at least a piece of it for June. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me bring some more over here. All right, I think that's enough for now. All right, so Benita Bala, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp. So Benita, you want to know, why was Sean just stealing glances and lingering around me when I saw him on the 21st? It was so obvious. Let's take a look. All right. So why was it just staring? Why was he lingering? What was going on? Oh yeah. Well, you know, they have this 9 of wands. There's this thing that holds them back, that continues to hold them back. And the 7 of cups, they've got a lot of different emotions, but so there's a lot of different ways they feel about you. But, the 9 of wands is something that they've been hitting their head up against over and over and over again. It's these feelings of lack, this feelings of fear that it's like they're trying to get up enough courage to break through and step forward, but it always stops them. It always has in the past. And there's just not enough, it's like their emotions are building up where they're eventually going, they're gonna go, hey, and you're gonna be like, oh my God, because they got up the courage and it's been building up that they say something, right? But they still have this 9 of wands holding them back, this barrier that they haven't quite broken through yet. They're trying, they're getting there, but that's what's going on there. So they have interest. There is this lot of emotion, but just not the ability to, you know, overcome their fears, because the fears still outweigh their uncomfortable feeling of not being able to express themselves. Eventually, that ugly feeling will overpower the fears, and then they'll take action. But I feel like it's just been building and taking time. But that's why they were stealing glances and lingering, because they wanted to be like, okay, I'm gonna go say hi. No, 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 psh, 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 kind of energy. All right, so that's what's coming in there for you, Benita. Ah, no. All right. And then Tanya Hikes, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Tanya, you want to be added to the list for a general for this week. Let's take a look here. Sorry, just crunching my cough drop here. So general for the week. What they want you to know here. I know this one here. Well, I just put that back in. It came back out. All right. Well, I like this for you. It means something different. Of course, I just had that, but it means something different for yours, because yours next week with that Queen of Pentacles on the other side is about new beginnings and birth and moving past whatever this 9 of Wands has felt like in the past for you. Is this whatever this block was, whatever this thing that was keeping you back? There's this, I'm reaching out, taking my power and my focus of my energy. You're making this movement of where you're investing your energy, how you're investing your energy, which ends up showing you very quick turnaround in um, what you draw in with it. And what I mean by that is, um, let's say, I'm just going to throw a job. So it's like, I want a new position at work. And I've been focusing on wanting and needing it and fearing I won't get it, fearing I don't have that energy. And so that's our block, right? That's what keeps us, because lack energy, need energy, not have energy keeps us not having, right? And we're like, but instead we're like, you know what? I'm going to switch my energy. I'm going to take my power and I'm going to focus my wand energy on what I'm grateful for in the job that I do have. I'm grateful for the jobs that I have had in the past. I really like this. I really like that about that job. And I'm so grateful. I have everything I need. And, Yeah, I do would like this a new position creator, asking once and then just gratitude and focusing on the things you do love about your skills and what you do love about yourself and what your ability is. I'm a fast learner. I'm able to see big picture things, but dive into the specifics. All these things you recognize with yourself, all that energy draws in instead of pushing away. And suddenly, when you took your power back, it opened up this gateway in between this fence. Now you can slip right through it. And so this change happens next week. If you change that energy, you're able to have this immediately. You see this change in your life. You see the reward for the changes that you make. So I like that for you. So hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you for right now. So many blessings to you. Excuse me. All right, and then we have, Allie B, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Oops. All right, so Ali B, hello from the UK. Hello to you. You might even be awake now. So any free messages, would be wonderful. All right, thank you for your well wishes too. So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right, here we go. So you have the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So, with the Eight of Swords, there is this energy of I feel like it's like recognition from spirit on how you have been questioning your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel like blinded and bound and trapped and restricted in the past. These fears that have limited you where you didn't feel you could do something. And because of that, this Ace of Wands is giving you this new passion, this new opportunity, this new beginning that you didn't um one you wouldn't recognize before because you'd be so blinded to it you wouldn't even look at something as an opportunity because you feel like it's way out of your league or abilities. But now that you've released these, it's like if we have blinders on expectations and our beliefs, we kind of get this narrow focus. And there's something amazing right here, but you can't see it because of this. But because you open this up, now you see this opportunity and you believe that this is something I can do. This is something that I can achieve. And now you have this new passion. And they want to just let you know that, yeah, you know, um, the more you release these old thoughts and beliefs that don't serve anymore, the more opportunities that come your way, even more so. So it's a big encouragement, a validation of the work you've done, and encouragement to keep doing it, and that there are opportunities if you just, there it is, just don't look down, look up, and you'll see there's things because you might have thought, well, this is out of my range, but when you look and go, I can achieve that. Wait a minute. So I like this kind of energy, whether it's job or person or something else. Um, there you go. All right. So that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. All right. And then Moon Mama 98, you are up. Love the name. All right. So Moon Mama, what can you do to continue to move forward on your path? Let's take a look here and see from Spirit. All right. Okay, and then this one too. So you've got the Two of Cups and you have the Star card too. So, with this energy, the Two of Cups, it's an energy of power, of choice, of emotional choice. And the Star card here is about balance, it is about hope. And I'm just sitting with this energy here because the more that we focus, every moment is an emotional choice. It's also a mental choice, an energetic choice, a physical choice of action, right? But there's this focusing on the emotional, like no one can make me feel any way. I choose how I feel on the inside. And emotion can be sparked by belief, but ultimately I can choose to feel a certain way. by simply choosing. It's like, you know, if I was gonna go, "All right, which card do you wanna choose?" You can consciously go, "I'm gonna choose this." You can do the same thing with an emotion. And this emotion of hope and this emotion of there's no wrong choice, there's just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences, right? So if I choose lower vibrational fear and, um, loss and despair instead of hope and, you know, higher vibration, unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, higher vibrational energies, I can choose that. There's no wrong choice, but I'm like, I'm tired of choosing this old way. I'm tired of like feeling like other people make me feel a certain way. No, no one can make me feel anything. I'm also not responsible for other people's emotions because you can give someone the world and they can still choose to be unhappy. Their emotional choices are outside of your control, and so are your emotions are outside of other people's control. Yeah, we can make it easier or harder for someone to choose lower vibration or higher vibration, but we're responsible for our own emotions. Yeah, someone can make it difficult for us to choose to be hopeful, but I am the one in control of my emotions, and taking that power back, I feel is important here that I get to choose. Sometimes it doesn't feel like we're choosing because we've been given in our lifetime a lot of uh, opinion about how you're supposed to feel about this situation, how you're supposed to feel about this situation, how you're supposed to feel about blah, blah, blah. And we get all this, opinion about the story we're supposed to put to it, how you're supposed to feel, the energy you're supposed to put, the actions you're supposed to take. And it's like all of that was opinion, not uh, absolute. We don't have to do anything we don't want to. I don't have to choose those emotions. Like, technically, I could choose to be happy about everything going forward in my life. Yeah, it'd be boring, right? We have that back home. Why would I do down here? I want variety down here, right? So we can have drama sometimes, but we can be gentle with ourselves and go, all right, I've had enough. Now I can choose a higher vibration. But it's that freedom and gaining back the power of who you are and knowing that I can always have hope. I can always choose a higher emotion and that no one can force me to feel any way I don't want to feel. And getting that power back and changing that happens. I know when we're growing up, we're taught, "You made mommy mad, you made dad sad," or whatever, or vice versa, and so we're taught that other people's emotions, that we're in charge of them and I'm responsible for them. It's all manipulation growing up, parents trying to get you to do what they want you to do. We all learn that, but when we realize, "No, I want power over my emotions. You have yours back. I don't want responsibility for your emotions. I get to choose." And I like that for you. So hopefully that helps, Moon Mama. So very many blessings to you. I'm so sorry, I need to sip here. Trying to keep my voice, everybody. It's a sticking here. We're getting close. Hang in there. Happy Sunday. All right. Let's shuffle these, get a little refreshed here. All righty. So, Cozy Coffee Tarot. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. All right. And so you want to be added to the list for a free reading. So let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here for. I didn't see questions, so we will give you a general reading and see what Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. We don't want that one and this one here. All right. All right. Well, you got two major arcana. You got the death card. Dun dun dun. I know you being a tarot reader, you know that's not bad. And the Hierophant, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective. This draw. You know, I really feel here that this is about new knowledge, new information. I feel like you're ending it's not like you're ending an old way, but I feel like you're expanding and taking some spiritual knowledge to a new level, really opening up, seeing things differently, and all this energy that we have going on astrologically this year. Not surprised, and you're probably not surprised either, but you're making huge steps in seeing things from higher and higher perspectives, gaining clarity. I would even dare say you have some new channeling energies that are coming in because you channel through tarot, but I feel like if you haven't tried like automatic writing or um, using tarot to connect to people on the other side, if you don't do that already, I just feel like it's expansion. It's not like abandoning something and doing something completely different. It feels like stacking on top and growing on top of things. And I feel like this transformation, it's not so much an ending as it is an enhancement. And I feel like you've just been getting these upgrades and upgrades and upgrades, and you're not crazy. Well, I'm not a licensed, see the disclaimer in the description box. I'm sure you have one too. I'm not a licensed medical or psychological professional. I can't guarantee you're not crazy, but you're not wrong about realizing this is like you have been having these expansions and taking things to a new level here too. So I like this for you. So really it's time for some growth and some time for some expansion. Um, and so I'm excited for you. So I know with me, um, I just recently read a book. What is it called? You Are a Channel. Um, Because I liked her. I saw some of her videos on YouTube, and so I bought her book, and I liked all her the ways that she was talking about channeling. One of the things she was about automatic writing, and that's why I mentioned that because I have this little book, all these stickers from my host. But I try to do as much as I can each morning. I just sit and open up to spirit and go, who wants to talk to me, and see what higher self of other people come in, animals, entities, starseed collectives, a whole bunch of different ones. Um, Jesus, Hitler, other people came through, and it's amazing these higher self beings of these individuals, because they're all characters, but it's the actor behind the characters that come through as these higher beings. It's amazing what we do. So I just encourage you to um, expand and see what you want to do. But that's what I feel is coming in there. All right. So many blessings to you, Cozy Coffee Tarot. All right, let me bring some more over here. I think we're almost done with the morning session. Then we'll move into the evening session. So thank you guys again for all your patience and all your thumbs up. So grateful. All right, there we go. All right, so Jojo, hello Jojo. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Johanna. So your free question, thank you for your donation earlier as well. A yes or no for what you have on your mind. Whoa, this is dangerous. So let's pull one card for yes or no. Let's see what we got here. Ace of Swords. That would be a yes. Aces are gifts. It's about newness. It's about change, decisions, actions. So that would be a yes. Energy that comes through there for you. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at that because you just wanted a yes or a no. So I'm going to give you a yes. All right, Jojo. Easy breezy, short and easy. That's what we have. All right. So Pavni Goyal, you are up next. Let's get your timestamp in here. All right. And will you get whatever you want in your career next month? Okay. So based on current energies, let's see what Spirit says here for you. Will you get whatever you want? We wish, right? But we'll see here. You may not have like extreme wants. Let's see what we have. We got the Full card and the Knight of Pentacles. Not next month. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight out of them all. And the Full card is a new beginning, a world of possibilities, letting a lot of expectations go, but it is a new adventure that is starting to unfold. But the Knight of Pentacles is a slower moving energy. So I feel like you start to see it's like you take one step, but not all steps. So I feel like some of what you're wanting kind of starts forward. Excuse me, but there's more steps to take and it takes time for the other steps to unfold with that. So um that's all I have for you for that one. So um fast and easy one there. It was kind of like you know, a yes or no question, but they kind of gave you like some, but more will come later. Just to add on a little more for you there too, when we get a slow moving card, it gives us opportunity to gain clarity, to raise our vibration by questioning thoughts and belief, releasing some thoughts that don't serve us anymore, emotions that don't serve us anymore, energy and physical things also. Sorry, itch, that don't serve us anymore. Um, that makes space for new things. And so trust the slowness and really take the time to look at things because it's slowing down so we don't make decisions that we overlook something, but also it's giving us time to release things, to make space in our life for things too. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you there. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then HR Jonathan. All right. So HR Jonathan. So you mentioned that your ferret, hopefully you did get a hold of like a vet or whatever, because it when animals get in foreign substances, of course, their little bodies, things can happen, right? So I understand your concern and apologies for wasn't laughing. I'm just in a very joyful energy, and so sometimes um, laughter comes through when it's not meant to offend. So my apologies. But you wanted to know um, the cards to guide you on what to do around your ferret there. So, of course, disclaimer in the description box of the video, tarot is designed for fun. I'm not a licensed veterinarian or anything. So ultimately, everyone else makes their own decisions for their life and should consult professionals like a veterinarian, etc. All right, we have to do that in the United States. So, yeah, you do have two major arcana here. The World card is an ending of a major cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. So there is a victory energy here with that card. So I like that seems like they will be okay through this energy here. Chariot card, actually both of these cards represent victory and celebration kind of energy. So I like that coming in here with both of these together, success energy. Um, yeah, and I don't feel sometimes it's the power of choice energy, but I just feel like everything's gonna be good here with these both of these coming out, that, ferrets can be pretty resilient, like a lot of rodents. I know they're not a rodent, they're so cute. I love ferrets too. But, I feel like they can be very resilient, again, that message coming in here. But, yeah, so I feel like it wouldn't hurt, of course, as I mentioned, to get a hold of a veterinarian in case there's something that you can do, like any kind of food you can give them, excuse me, that can help absorb, the ink or, um, and they might just have you take them in to make sure, but I feel like that is the big energies that are coming in there. All right. So that's what they have for you, HR Jonathan. So many blessings. Hang in there. Right, and then Jennifer Morales, you are up. So Jennifer, you'd like to know if Carlos will reach out to you or is he waiting for you to reach out? All right, let me take a sip here. All right. Will Carlos reach out or is he waiting for you? So based on current energies, yeah, interesting. We got Six of Cups is reconciliation. Eight of Cups is about leaving behind emotions that don't serve to. and it's interesting. It goes both ways, the 6 and the 8 of cups, because it's an even number, so 3 cups on either side, 4 cups on either side. It is, it's like, each is waiting for each other to contact. Excuse me. And I do feel like if you're looking for a reconciliation, that, it's important to reach out. It's important for you, to do it. And I know it's like, why am I always the one that has to reach out, right? But, it's not a game. It's like, if I truly care, then I'm gonna reach out. I don't care, you know? If I truly want reconciliation, then I'm not gonna worry about keeping score or whatever. Um, and so do it. I feel like, they are, both sides are waiting for the other person to act. And then what happens if neither of them do it? They think, oh, the person didn't care, but they were just like, no, I don't know if should I reach out? I don't know. Should I reach out? So reach out. All right. So that's what they have for you, Jennifer. Boom, boom, boom. All righty. All right. And then morning, you are up. So let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So you want to know, has P forgotten about you? All right. So we got that. Don't it's this one here. Eight of Swords is, it's like the blindfold on here is really standing out, and the Wheel of Fortune is also standing out. And I feel like both of these are for you. This energy, it's not that they forget people, but it's out of sight, out of mind. And it reminds me, every once in a while I talk about ADHD because I learn a lot with my dad having ADHD, and my host here, she has it, and she just recently got diagnosed like in the last year, and it explains so much. And she talks about so much and sends me Instagram posts all the time about ADHD, and I'm like, wow, and I think I might have some of it, but I'm like, wow. One of the things with people that have ADHD is that if you're not here present, then my mind, it's not like we forget, because they could reconnect with someone a year later and it's like I just saw you yesterday, right? Um, but it's out of sight, out of mind. They're very focused on what's happening right now. And if you're not actively engaged with them, they don't interact because they forget. Not forget that you exist, but they are so focused here that attention falls off of everything else. So that's what I feel is going on here. And the Wheel of Fortune just says it's okay. It's like it's for you. It's the tune of for you, and that there hasn't been contact, and that they've gone away, and that there's, you know, it's not that you didn't mean anything to them. It's just that they're very much about what's happening in their life right now. So I just feel like they're saying it's okay. Just let it go. Um, it is the tune of for you. So just go with the flow and just go, you know, if you want to reach out to him, reach out to him. But if you're like, no, I don't, you would have to be constantly engaged to keep them involved in your life anyway. And you're like, it's okay. I'm okay of moving forward. Okay. So that's what I feel's coming in for you, morning. So many blessings to you. Right, and that was it for the morning session. Now we just have like what, about eight? Eight for the evening session left here. So we will jump in here. Let me just bring some of these over. Let me move them up like this. I think I can get them all over here. And then we'll jump in here. And thank you guys again for all your patience and getting to all your readings. I'm so grateful. And I know not everyone is able to, give donations. So that's why I like to come back on and try to finish them all and get people their messages. We'll see how long I can continue to do these many hours, but I have energy and I'm so grateful, even though my voice is trying to go away. Knock on wood. All right. So up first, let's see here. So we have Lisa. So let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So Lisa, excuse me, you want to know how may you know how the group will feel? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, may I know how the group will feel about the packaging I'm sending to them? Oh, okay. Let's take a look here. Based on current energies, the overall consensus of a group, right? Because everyone's going to have their own little opinions, but we'll get the overall consensus here. This one and this one. All right. I like this here. So we do have the Sun card here, and the Sun card is overall it's a victory card. It's a bright card, one of the most abundant cards. So I feel like it's going to be overall a kind of a successful energy. The Temperance card, which is about balance and kind of going back and forth. I feel like they're overall, it's like, this is really great. We might have to tweak it a little bit, kind of tweak it. It's alchemy. We might have to like change it a little bit, but overall, I feel like they really it's very welcomed with the Sun card there. So just be aware there might be some editing and some opinions, but overall, I feel like it is a positive result with just a little bit of tweaking of things. So that's what they have for you, Lisa. So many blessings to you. Right. And then JB, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So JB, you wanted to know what your ex thinks of you now. Are you sure? So based on current energy, just jokes. It's like, we always want to know, but the thing about wanting to know what other people think is that there's this great Instagram post that said, "Other people's opinion is none of my business," because it really has nothing, hardly to do with me at all. Because we don't see the world as it is; we see the world as we are. So we see the world through the tainted glasses and experiences we've had. So we're all looking into mirrors, seeing reflections of ourselves. So when we ask, "How do they think of me?" It's like, "Well, oh," but let's take a look here. Yeah. Well, it's not surprising that we get the Three of Swords, which is heartbreak and disappointment. And the Two of Pentacles is this balanced energy, though. I feel like there still is some sorrow, still some grief. There's still some, because they will always care for you. We always have feelings and love for everyone that we've been in our lives. But that doesn't mean they're going to sit across the table from us at the table for two. It just means in our heart is a giant hotel. We have a room reserved for them that they're locked in, and you and their heart are locked in a room of, there will always be emotion, though it may not escape the room. But, and I do feel like they've come to terms with things with the Two of Pentacles, but there's still that grief and that kind of sorrow and some disappointment and maybe regrets there. But I feel like overall they kind of just have moved on in this balanced way. So I don't feel like there's like hatred or anything like that. They just have that wishing things would have turned out differently, and um, but very balanced energy. I feel like it's kind of a cycle. Like they've been through this a lot before. They're like, all right, well, here we go again, kind of energy. Not with you, but with like other people, or maybe with you a couple times, but with other people too. And it's like there's this pattern that keeps repeating over and over. So hopefully that makes sense to you. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Melissa Cornett, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. So, Melissa, you want to know what's coming up for you this weekend? Well, the weekend's almost over, right? Here it is, Sunday morning. All right. Let's take a look here. What's coming up for you this weekend? Or if you met next weekend, or Creator knows what you have here. All right. Well, I feel like there's going to be a significant change here you have an experience with this 10 of swords and with the hierophant. The hierophant here is like your higher self having you see things from a higher perspective. And the 10 of swords here, it's like the ending of expectations, it's closure, it's endings, it's I'm sick and tired of trying to please everyone else and being disappointed in everyone. I'm just I want to be free. I want to let these things go. And that's what this is coming in here. It's like, which usually means that some things don't work out the way we want to, or people complain about, well, you never did it. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm just so done with feeling this way. And I feel like there is this release that comes from this where it's finally the sword that breaks the camel's back, the thought and belief, where you're just like the expectation, the disappointment that finally breaks the camel's back. And you're just like, I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm just want to be free of having myself under pressure and having other people under pressure. And I want to let expectations go. I just want to kind of flow with things. And this Hierophant is your higher self taking you to this place, seeing things from this different perspective, and having this transformation of how you approach things. So I feel like the weekend is that. It's just like you're like, you know what? I'm just not going to make any plans. I'm just going to go with the flow. What? I know. It's like this great energy of I'm just not going to expect things from people, and I'm just going to appreciate who someone is and not focus on what someone's not, but focus on gratitude for what is. And it does change things. So I like that for you, Melissa. That's a little bit of what's happening. You can look forward to the weekend. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. Let me move these up here. Sorry, I need another sip here. All right. So Mars, you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp. All right. So Mars, you'd like a general reading? Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So you've got the Two of Pentacles and the Magician. So the Two of Pentacles is bringing in this energy of the power of, not necessarily the power of choice, but the option of choice that's coming into the physical world. There's like two choices to make, this or that. It could be person or situation or path, but it's a this or that kind of energy that's really coming in here. The Magician is, what do you want, to choose, and what result do you want? Because there's no right or wrong choice, just different choices with different experiences. And with the Magician coming in, that has to do with your action, your power, your intention is what is going to change things. It's like you could choose either one, and either is going to be fine for you depending on what energy you choose, right? We always come into that. If you focus on gratitude and the higher vibration, joy, laughter, unconditional love, that higher vibration, it draws in things that match that. Or so you could choose that and you can make either choice, and the energy you have can be success in either way. Or if you're like, well, this one will be good, but this one I don't think will be, your energy will make this, you know, and that. It's like, and actually, Tim, who we're about to do the reading next, said a great thing in today. It's like, if you think you're right, or see, if you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right. Because your energy is going to make it happen. So same thing as we focus on what we fear, we focus on lack or want or need or hate or anything, that would make that grow instead. So you have the power, and there's no wrong choice, because ultimately you hold the power of where you focus your energy is what's going to happen. And so it's not so dependent on the outside world, it's dependent upon your inside world. So I like that for you. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's what they have. Mars. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Tim Melajam, hello. You just got 220 is your timestamp. No sixes. All right. And then you like a general reading, Tim. So let's take a look. If you didn't hear me earlier, I did reply to your email that you sent. So thank you for that. And you might check and see if you didn't get it, check your junk mail because sometimes they'll send my emails there. All right. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now, Tim? What is the message they have? They've got this one and this one. So you've got the Empress and the Four of Swords. All right. So the Four of Swords is about peace of mind, and that comes with normally the Four of Swords has three swords on the wall, and they're sleeping on the Ace of Swords. Which the Three of Swords for me is it's usually like a heart with three swords stuck in it, which is expectations equal disappointment, right? And the reason why they sleeping so soundly is because they have learned to see things from a higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, higher vibration, and let the expectations go so they can have a peace of mind because they're not worried about what's being done, what's not being done, all that stuff. There's like this freedom that comes from it. And I feel like this is all about empresses in your life with Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and this energy. So it is kind of this energy around expectations around feminine energy in your life. And so this general message would be, we talk about it a little bit, because when we have expectations, it's a focusing energy on what's not happening, right? It's judgment. We look and well, of course, we have all these rules that we grow up with, supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's, but they're small t truths rooted in fear. Fear of not being enough. We get all these rules. If this doesn't happen, it means you're not lovable. This hasn't happened, it means you're not, acceptable, or whatever, right? You're rejectable. So we have all these rules, and so we're going, are they doing this? Yeah. Are they doing this? No. Are they doing this? Yep. That, yep. That, no. That, no. We're focusing more on the no's and what's not happening, which whatever we focus on grows, right? And so we end up getting more not happening. And even if we don't say anything, our energy is impacting things in the energetic field. It's inviting more of that kind of energy. The opposite of that is gratitude, and if I focus in on who someone is being, what I love about who someone is being, and having gratitude around that, then that grows, and we have more things to be grateful for because we're focusing on that, not, "This isn't happening, that's not happening," and even if we're not saying anything, our energy is sending that out. Gratitude, if we're mentioning that to someone, that even grows even more. "You know what's something I love about you? You never give up on your friends. I noticed when so and so was doing that, they were trying to push you away. You didn't, and I feel like you saved their life, and I love that about you." Wow, expansion, right? Instead of diminishing. So I feel like that's the message for right now. If that resonates for you, that's what they have for you, Tim. So good to see you. Excuse me, hiccup. All right. So Victoria, we're circling back around for your second question here. So, Victoria, will your niece, TB, and you reconcile? You've not spoken in almost 2 years. All right. So, based on current energies, will you guys reconcile? Okay. What else do they want you to know? Let's see here. Temperance over time. Time, time, time. Time heals all wounds, right? But I thought so. Knight of Swords. Reconciliation happens more if you reach out. You initiate contact. Knight of Swords is action, swords is communication. So, you know, first of all, you have to reconcile it within you, really look at what was my part in the rip, right? Oh no, it was all them. Okay. Don't reconcile with that because no one reconciles to this, right? No, you did this, right? It's really going, okay, what did learn from the situation, everything first, right? Look at, okay, what happened? What gift in this was for me? What did I learn about myself? Where do I feel I could have done things differently? And then if we want to reconcile, then we want to reach out and go, "Hey, I miss you and I'm sorry." It's like the Ho'oponopono prayer, right? "I'm sorry, forgive me. I love you." Something like that. I don't here it is right here. It says, "I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you." And so this is this energy of and I'm going to read my little notes because I have correction. You manage and supervise your emotions. You take responsibility for everything that happens in your life. You realize everyone is connected, and your problems are replays of lower vibrational memories. So you realize that the actions that happened were more than just what happened there. There was so much more that came into it. But you realize and you learn from it all. Then you reach out and you share what you learned about you and apologize for your part in it, not expecting anything. Because if you are expecting them to go, okay, I've done all that. Now it's your turn. Now you share what you've learned and you ask for forgiveness. Here we go. Makes matters worse. If you go in with just, I love you, I miss you, I'm sorry. This is what I learned, and I understand what my fears were, and I'm sorry that I reacted this way, and I'm working on that, and I'm hoping that we can rebuild our relationship, blah 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 or something. But do all that first and then reach out. But I don't feel like it'll happen 3, 4, 5 more years from now. That temperance, it's not gonna happen soon unless you do your inner work and then you realize the lessons you've learned. You thank, you know, your creator for your experience and that you learned through all this and you've been set free from things, and then you can move forward and then in a different energy, right? All right. So that's what they have for you. All right. Many blessings. All right. And then content, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. A general for next week. Let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about next week? All right. When did that one end? This one. Yeah. All right. Well, next week is definitely about seeing things from a different perspective because you got the hangman who hangs upside down, does see things from a different perspective, and the Ace of Swords. Also, it's a gift about seeing things from a higher perspective, able to transform things and see things differently, cut away some old ways of thinking that help you move forward too. So it is an opportunity, and I feel like what will come forward here for you, content, is like you're gonna have these little situations. I don't feel like this big energy. I feel like small energy of a little trigger here, a little trigger there, not big triggers where explosions were made and fights ensued, but this is about someone did something and it's really irritating and you're like, okay, and then you go and you're like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah. Okay, let me look at this. Where did this fear come from? What's this thing that's below that's coming up that's demanding to be looked at?" And you can look at it and go, because it's something that keeps popping up. You're able to understand the root of where it came from, the fear that is at the root of it, and then you're able to see that. And some things you can ask yourself, if you're like, what am I fearing and it's not coming up? Ask yourself, what am I trying to control? That can help you get to the root of it. What is my expectation? What or who am I trying to fix? Those things show us the expectations that aren't being met and those kind of energies that are coming in. So I feel like it is transformational for you because it allows you to release and have some freedom. So it's like pay attention to the triggers that are happening because if you don't if you don't look at them when they're small, that they're coming up, they become bigger, and bigger till they're screaming and demand attention, and that's when the big explosions happen. So it's like, yeah, let me look at the little indicators now before it gets really loud. All right, so that's what they have for you, content. So many blessings to you. All right. And then lastly but not leastly, Nelia Medeiros. Hello, hello. So thank you again for all your donations earlier. And so your free reading is, will you and Kevin end up being good friends and hanging out? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energy, Kelvin, not Kevin. And let's see here. I feel like it's this one and this one. All right. Yeah, I do see here. You have some great conversations here with the Six of Swords. It's a movement of communication, a flow of communication. And the Page of Cups is happiness. It's a higher emotion, fun, magic. It says love, but it doesn't need to be. We can have love for our friends. It doesn't have to be romantic, but definitely there are some heightened emotions there, and also that Six of Swords. So I definitely feel like that is a yes coming in here. Especially, I feel like you guys are just going to laugh a lot with that Page of Cups. It's a higher emotion and a lot of great conversations too. So I really feel like you guys really relate well. Three swords on either side. I feel like you really communicate well and think of things. It's like movie references, you make the same music references. It's like this thing where you guys just kind of really click in your minds. And that's why I feel like you guys just really hit it off and have great communication. So I like it for you. All right. So that's what they have for you right now, Nelia. So many blessings to you. Thank you guys again so much for all of your patience in getting to your readings here. In about 60 seconds after I end the stream, I am going to post a pinned comment um, with all of the readings I completed and the timestamps so you can jump directly to your reading. I will be back tomorrow or today. We're 12:39 a.m. So technically, in 10 less than 10 and a half hours, 10 hours, I'll be back on for more readings. So you can join me. If not, I'll see you when I see. Until then, remember, every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. Of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious? All right. I love you guys. We'll see you soon.